Hello everyone, my name is Neomustic. Welcome back to this series on an FPS game. As you can see, I made the character, and you can see that it doesn't look too nice. Look at the legs. You can see all these lines, all these strange bends and stuff like that, and that's not what we want. Now, there's one thing to Unity also with the face. Look at that, doesn't look nice at all. There's one thing with Unity, it triangulates everything. So basically, as you can see, we made squares. What Unity is going to do, it's going to say, oh, it's best if I hook up a line here to make it look better. What you can do is export this like this and put it into Unity like this. But what I'm going to do to make it look better is I'm going to triangulate, like you can see on the hands. That's already done. But just to get a feel for the image, for what we're working with, I'm going to triangulate this one as well. So spacebar, triangle, as you can see, and triangulate faces. Now, as you can see, this looks a lot better. It's still not what we want, but it looks a lot better. I'm going to Ctrl-Z undo this because I'm going to do something else with this character as well, and I need to unwrap it. Where is it? Here. I'm going to show you guys. I imported it into Unity, as you can see right here, and it doesn't look too bad. Also, a thing that I did was I gave it a collider, but that's what we'll be doing in this video. Basically, what this collider is going to do is he can't move for this is his endpoint. If this hits something, he can't go any further. If this side thing, as you can see, his hands pop out of it. If this hits something, it can't go further than that. Now I can change that to fit his body size, and as you can see, this is a lot closer, a lot better to work with. I'm also going to offset it just a tiny little bit to the front side, so we can basically stand against the wall, and the camera is going to be here. So yeah, this is what we're going to achieve in this video, together with the unwrapping and the making of the textures. Now for the textures, no, I don't want to stop recording, and you guys didn't see what I did. I need to close that. I need to open this thing and close this. So I'll show you guys again. I made this bounding box and this character. That's what I exported this character. I'll say it like that. As you can see, it's already triangulate, like I said that Unity would do. And that's basically what we're going to do. We're going to texture this guy. We're going to export it into Unity. And we're going to give it a bounding box. What am I saying? A collider. Gliding capsule thing. And make it fit like this. So I'm going to delete this character. Did my friend put anything on it? No. So I'm going to delete it, because we're going to re-import it. Where is it? Delete. Yes, I want to delete this. And I'm going to go back to Unity, so to Blender. So there we go. Now this is our character. Let's first start with unwrapping it. And the way that I'm going to do that is going to be fairly simple. I'm going to look for a good line like this one. And I'm going to go all the way down. Oh, I forgot to do a part. I need to make these faces as well, and that's something that I forgot to do. There, and this fits nicely. I'm lucky. Okay, so this line right here, I could also take this one, but I want to take this line. And I'm going to go all the way up to his groin. I don't need to go backwards because, well, that's just not needed. I'm also going to do the edge of the foot, not completely, but a part of it. I'm going to leave this open. And that's basically it. That's going to look nice for the legs, but I want to get a little bit more, well, not detail, but control over my model. So I'm going to do it like this, Mark C. So spacebar, Mark C. And now my leg is done. So this leg is already unwrapped. If I go here, UV map, I select this and I do U unwrap, you can see the leg is separated and this guy is the entire image that is unwrapped in one whole thing. So this is basically the foot and the leg. I could go even more into detail and say I want a line right here. So we know if we get boots or if you get boots or something, you know that this part is going to carry the boots. Now the chest, that's going to be in 2 parts as well. I'm going to do, well, for me it's going to be in 2 parts. Let's say like that. I'm going to put a line right here, right there, and make it go to the back. So mark seam, we've got this part unwrapped as well. Now the arms, I'm going to take this line and follow it all the way down until I get to the hand. And here I'm going to go around again. So this is a separate thing. This line I don't like for some reason, it's too black. Not that I don't like blacks, but there's something wrong there. So mark seam, and let's have a look at what the problem is here. What's the problem? I think, yeah, because it has so many triangles hooked up there that it's making it darker. So now the hand, this is going to be a lot of fun because I'm going to have to, well, I don't have to do that, but I am going to do that. I'm going to separate all the fingers. So here, here, this one, right here, right there. So that's one finger. I could also just take this line. This is finger number 2. Finger number 3. And finger number, come on, turn in the right direction, 4. So mark seam, we get the fingers, but the problem is they're not done right. So I'm going to take a line that's going to be barely visible and do this to all the fingers. You know how you made your models. I know that my models have these little square things going on. So I need to do them over there. This line, sometimes it's really hard to see, I know. Mark, and the last one right here, just for convenient purposes. Nope, not that one. There. Now the thumb, I'm going to do that right here. I could do it somewhere else as well, but I'm going to do it right here. See, and I already messed up for some reason. I should have taken this line instead of these. There we go. Mark seam, and now the line that goes to the top to my square image there. So that's the finger. Now we still have to do the hand. That's going to be fairly simple. I'm going to get a line from here to there, and I need to do a line here in the middle that hooks up these two as well. I'm going to take this one like so. So now if I unwrap this, it should look nice. Let's see. Maybe use this. So I got my hand, you unwrap. As you can see, all the fingers are separate parts and the hand, the palm of the hand. Good. Now, there's 2 more parts that we need to do, and then we can get to a different thing. Right, I do need to do the arm as well. So I made the cut right there. That means I can make the cut around like this. There. They're all hooked up. Now the head I'm going to do in a separate part. Mark seam, and the face I'm going to do in a separate part, which is not this line. I need to go 1 lower. I'm going to take this line. There. You could also do the nose in a separate part, but I don't think that's that necessary for this. Well, not for me at least. Okay, so let's see. You unwrap, and they're all separate parts. That's really good. Now I am going to reorganize them a bit. I'm wondering what this is. That's the face. That's the hand. Oh, these must be fingers. So I'm going to take all my fingers. I'm going to put them in the top corner so I know those are fingers. There, or grab. There. Also, I'm going to put the hand somewhere in the vicinity. Oops. Like this. L. This is the face, as you can see. It's very obvious that's a face. L. I have no idea what this is. Is it a chest? Let's check. Yeah, it's the chest. So that's the chest. Where's the leg? There. So I'm going to take everything off the leg. I'm going to pull it down. This is the foot. I'm going to pull that down underneath it. What's this? I think the upper, no, that's the lower leg, upper leg. This is the stomach. And this must be the arm, yeah. Whoops. So that's the arm, and that's the face. Okay, so this is the chest, yeah. So that's the arm, L, the face, L, the chest, face, and back of the head. Now, this is kind of small for me, this face, so I'm going to make it a little bit bigger so we can have in a tiny bit more details. Now, one thing that I forgot, it's not that important to do, but I'm going to do my eyes as a separate object. Mark seam, and I'm going to mess this up. So I'm just going to take these. Come on. Come on. You unwrap. So that's my eye. I got everything. As you can see, the eye is gone over here and it's right here. Now let's fit all of this in. I'm gonna start with the head. That's the head. L. It doesn't have to be this big. Something like that is good enough, I guess. L, so the upper chest, right here. L, the tummy. L, the upper leg. And this is going to be, this is not going to be, but this is the arm. L, grab, and the foot. Now what I could do with the foot is rotate it, scale it -1 on the x-axis, so it turns in the other direction. It makes no difference. And there we have it. We have unwrapped everything. I'm not going to put too much effort in my hands at the moment, in my fingers, but I will make them bigger for a later moment when I will go deeper into that. We're also not yet going to animate this, but the moment that we will animate it, this is going to be important because we're going to put other maps on top of it. Let's make this a little bit bigger as well. There. So we unwrapped our entire character. It isn't looking that nice, but that's not a big problem. We're going to go to export. Export. For now, we're going to use an OBJ file, but later, once we've added in animations to our model, we're going to use the FBX file, because FBX files, they keep your textures and everything like that. So I'm going to do selection only, don't write the materials, and export as an OBJ file. Now I need to show you guys the rest again. There. So now we need to go to Unity. I've got this on my desktop. Normally, where did I put it in my Blender file? If I can find Blender. Okay, so yeah, main character, I exported it into there. I'm going to drop it in here, pull it into the scene, and as you can see, here is our character. Now the next thing that I'm going to do is undo the mapping. We'll make a duplicate, undo the wrapping, and everything will be fine. But first, we've got our character. We go up here where it says Add Component, Physics, Capsule Glider. Now, as you can see, the capsule is just this little ball down here, and that's not what we want. We want to have the height to be 2, and on the y-axis, which is going up, I guess. Y-axis goes up, yes. On the y-axis, we want it to say 1. So now, as you can see, our entire object, our entire model is inside the capsule. It's even a little bit above it, but that's not a big deal. Wait, it is for doors. So instead of 2, let's say 1.8, 1.7. Okay, 1.8 should be good. And this should be at 0.9. There, as you can see, we're still on the ground and we barely touch his head. Now the next thing that I want to do is I want the center point to go a little bit forward, but first let's do the radius. So I'm going to go to top view, and my light is blocking me everywhere. Okay, so the radius, I'm going to try to say 0.4. That's still a little bit too big. 3, and that's perfect. This basically makes the radius smaller, as you can see. But now we're going to have a camera here. If this touches a wall, the camera is going to look through the wall, and we don't want that. Plus, we've got so much space in the back, so we're going to change on the Z. Just drag it a little bit to your liking. For me, it's going to be something like this. So we're going to block an object faster than when we go backwards. So we can go backwards closer against the wall, then we go forward. My throat really hurts. Okay, so we've done that. Let's go into the more important part. Let's hop back into Blender. I'm going to put you guys back on my Blender scene for a second. So Blender, I'm going to close this because we don't need it anymore. And I'm going to do Shift D and put this guy right next to him. This is going to be the main character, and this is the guy that we're going to work on. So select him, go to edit mode, select all the faces, and type, not here, select Ctrl E. Now where you see mark seam, right underneath it, it says clear seam. Select that button so you can clear the seams. Then throat. And normally the seams should be gone. Yeah, the seams are completely gone. Now the next thing that we need to do, and I forgot to do that before I exported this guy, we need to go to our modifiers and apply our modifier. We need to do the same on this one, apply. For this one, I have to re-export it. Main chair, okay. You guys know how to import it into Unity now, so I'm just going to take my main char, put it into Unity, and delete the older one. So I will need to do the bounding box again, the collision box again, but that will be later. What you could also do is you can say generate, whoops, let me show you guys. This is another way that I use because it has some glitches into it, and it's good to use for walls, but not for something like this. So screen capture, if you select a character, you can see generate colliders. You can tap that on and apply, and this basically makes sure that your character has a collider to it instantly. This can go through a wall or anything, but it's not the collider that we made, so it's not that perfect. Also, you need to keep in mind that it has a lot of things to calculate that can go through a wall. Also, once you have animations, that's going to be a big problem. So I'm going to take that off again. I mean, I could keep it on, but I'm just going to take it off again. And I'm going to go to my Blender again. In Blender, now this guy is exported correctly. We're going to change him up just a little bit. So let me put you guys back on just my Blender scene. There we go. So we applied the modifier. What we're going to do now is we're going to go to sculpt mode. I'm going to go to my clay tool, enable, and I'm going to put it at 8 because I'm always working at 8. Underneath that, smooth, and there we go, we have our character. What we also could do is go to object mode, edit mode, and then do triangulate faces. So these faces are triangulated. This will help you a little bit at texturing, at sculpting the model. What is this saying? Vertex detected. Yeah, I don't care. I didn't do any UVs on this one, so I don't care. At least I don't think I did. Nope, I didn't. God damn it. So what we're going to do now is basically well, you can do whatever you want, of course, but I'm going to make this character look like he's wearing some sort of very tight suit. And I should put this on 4 to do what I wanted to do. And let's get into it. So the suit that I want to make, it's going to start in his neck, somewhere over here. Like so. With a little gap. And it's going to go all the way around. As you can see, we get these little strange corners popping up. That's not a big problem. We can always fix that at a later stage. So I want to have something like that. I want to have some fancy things on the side of his stomach and stuff like that. So yeah, I think I already told you guys how to sculpt. If not, just write it down in the description and I'll do a tutorial on how to sculpt in Blender. I'm going to do the rest of this in a time lapse, so yeah, delete this because I'm not happy with what I just did. And I'll see you guys when I just did this part of what I was going to do. So we did this. I know it's a little change. I don't know why I did this. I wanted to smooth this out and just make this look a little bit bigger, but I like the way it turned out. It looks kind of organic and well, like a superhero kinda. Of course, I'm going to add in objects to his body, like little shield thingy, shoulder pads and stuff like that, to make him look better. And at some point, very soon in the game, well, I mean, in what I'm doing, he's going to wear a helmet, so and upgradable helmet, so he doesn't need to look that good. Especially as if you see this, it doesn't look good at all. Just little dots for the eyes. I'm gonna smooth them out. There. So that should be fine. Now let's go back to edit mode, to object mode, and as you can see, this is about 448,548 polys big. That's way too big to put in the game. So basically what we're going to do is make this guy look like this guy. So export this as, oops, not as that, not 3DX or whatever it's called, X3D. We're going to export this at God damn it, it's because I said don't do it that I'm going to do it myself. As an object, obj file, I'm going to call this chair main hp poly and export. Now this is going to take a while. 16% and their Blender crashes. That's purely because it's a really big file. He's actually now trying to export the model that we made. But yeah, it will be done pretty soon. And if not, that sucks because I forgot to save this character. Yeah, there we go. So save as charmain HP. I can always re-import it at later stage, but yeah. So now let's show you guys the rest of my screen again. I'm going to open Xnormals. I'm going to open the map where the things, the models are in. And as you can see, I've got a blend file and an obj file for both of them. Everything that loads in is crashing today. It's probably because I have some aggressive fires or something. I have no idea. But yeah, this is loading in, I hope. Yeah, it is. There we go. So that's loaded in. The high poly mesh, again, delete the one that's in there if there is one in there. Same with the low poly. Main character low poly and main character high poly. Now in baking options, I will need to make a fairly big object, a fairly big map to do this. And again, the normal map, the height map, and the ambient occlusion map. So let's do that. Listen, zero, scale it up a bit, or if you get bad results. Let's hope we don't get bad results. Okay, we definitely do get bad results. So that's something that we need to fix. Yeah, that's fine. And our ambient occlusion map. I'm really curious what it's going to look like. Okay, it doesn't look too bad. It actually looks better than I thought it would. And once that's done, as you can see, we do have a couple problems in our model. So we might as well, I'm going to import these first into Unity, and then I'm going to show you guys the problem and how to fix it, which will be a lot of fun to do. Okay, so I released the data on the name fence apparently. So fence, fence, and fence. I've got our little guy right here. Yeah, you can close now. Close. So fence, fence, and where's fence? Here is fence. I'm going to rename this in a second. I'm going to take the default material and I'm going to call this char main. It's like a name, char main. Now I'm going to add in the albedo and stuff. No, not the albedo yet because we don't have that yet. But I am going to load in the normal map. As you can see, this looks really bad. And that looks better. Now the problem that we have is you can see a little arm down here. That's because of the lighting. It doesn't look too good. But I am very proud of our character. We made that very nasty looking character look like this. That character without any details now has hair and stuff like that. I'm going to add in the occlusion and the height map. So there you have it. Our character looks a lot better than it did. We just need to do the textures and then we're done with this one. So right, let's fix the problem. Down here as well, you can see one leg against the other leg. That's also not what we want, but that's basically because we made our character way too small. So I'm going to select this scale, let's say 25. As you can see, this is a very big character. I'm going to export this as 25. And again, this is going to take a little while, and he's probably going to, there we go, he's crashing again. But that's all because he's working really, really hard now. And once this is done, I'm going to do the same thing to our low poly, put him back in the right position, scale 25, and normally that should reduce the problem that we just had, where you could see the arm on the body. Okay, so he's scaled by 25 as 25 and export as obj character main 25. Okay, so back into X normals. I'm going to delete the two that are in here. Come on. Okay, and I'm going to put in the two new ones that we just made. So Blender, Charmain High Poly 25 and Charmain 25. I'm not going to put these into Unity because in the end the map size is going to be exactly the same there, and we don't get the problem that it says that the scaling is too small. Yes. And we also have a little bit of height map now. We didn't have that before, now we do. Yes, and this is going to open. There we go. As you can see, now we have a height map. The other one was completely black. And while he's doing the last one, I'm going to take these three and I'm going to delete them. No, not everything. Okay, I need to re-import the character then. So character main, I'm not going to take 25, I'm just going to take a normal main character. I'm going to put texture on top of him. And now I'm going to wait until this one is done. As you can see, it will take a while for it to render all of this out. And then we can start putting on some colors to the character. Oh, this is so fast. I love this new laptop. I said it the previous time that I did this, but with my other laptop, my previous one, this took a way longer time. It took maybe, for a character this size, it would take 5 minutes at least. And now the rendering is already done. There we go. Okay, close. So I'm going to close this, well, minimize that as well. I'm going to take again the three textures, put them in here. I'm going to take a list, select the default matte, again rename it like Charmain oops, my main char matte. And again, the same thing, normal map, fix. And as you can see, the problem is gone with the things being visible, the arm being posted on the side of the body. So the occlusion map and a height map. There we go. As you could see it changed a little bit. Let's do it again. Look at the character down here, up here. There. So that's our character. Yeah. Okay, so now the last thing, and this is going to be the hardest thing to do. I'm going to close X normals, we're not going to need it anymore, and I'm going to load in GIMP. I'm going to go to my main menu, my desktop, and GIMP load in. Finally. So yeah, let's put a character right next to it, so you guys can see the difference. And let's take the material away from it. Yeah, whoops, that's not what I wanted to do. Let's put a different material on this one then. Materials, here. Here again. Okay, so let's go to front view, put this material on that guy. Look, see the difference in what we did? I don't know what you guys think, but I think the character on the right looks a lot better than the character on the left. Okay, I did it really fast and you can see some mistakes, but still this guy looks a lot better. Right, we're going to do the GIMP thing. I'm going to load in just this one, the Ambient Occlusion, and I'm going to make new layers, skin layer, and a new layer, suit 1, and a new layer, suit 2. I'm going to put the fence, the occlusion on top. I'm going to do multiply, but that will make it black, so I better wait with it for a second. So normal. First, let's do the skin. Select a nice skin-like color. Something like that. I'm going to go to my pencil, and I'm going to paint this in. Just a rapid paint because I can't see where I'm painting. So all of this needs to be in that color as well. Now let's see if we put this on top of there. There we go. That's actually what I wanted to do. And I know this isn't very professional. Just relax, don't worry about it. Okay, so this is filled in. Now the next thing that I want to do is the little curvy thingies, which you can see all over the place, but I will need to zoom in to get it right, so I don't do the wrong parts as well. So this is the glove. These are the wavy thingies. Okay, so suit 2, I'm gonna put that up there, and it's going to be a very darkish. I wanted to go for, yeah, no, you know what, I'm going to take orange. A somewhat darkish orange color. No, not orange. Let's say blue. I want to do something else in orange. So a very darkish blue. And I'm just going to fill in all of this. And I know I'm going to make mistakes in this, but this is just a tutorial. It doesn't need to be perfect. I can always redo this afterwards and make it look perfect. There. So that's one. That's two. And I know I have more, like this one. Oops. Three. Do I have? I should have more here. That's not good. Doesn't have to be perfect, but we can at least color between the lines. Okay, so this is the last one. No. Stop at regular moments. There. And there. I know this isn't right, and this will probably be visible in the game as well. But I don't mind. So I want to have like a very, very darkish green color for the boots. And if I remember correctly, I said that this was the shoe. I can always make these even darker if I want, and I will probably have to. I could also keep them in a uniform color, like just blue and black. But I like the little details into it. Okay, so let's see what we have so far. Come on. Multiply. Doesn't look too bad. I do like the blue color. I really do. But the green one, I'm going to change that to blue as well. And I'm going to make the blue a lot darker. So there's barely any difference between the black and the blue. Okay, that's maybe a little bit too dark. No, no. I can't even see the models. Okay, normal. I couldn't even see the color. That's how dark it is. Oh, I know why. I took black. What did I do here? There. that's maybe a little bit too bright either, as well. Like I said, just a subtle detail. Okay, so now suit 2, because we have the skin, suit 1, because we have the skin already. Pencil, size, and I'm just going to fill in whatever is left. If you really want to make work of this, you should actually do a really close inspection and use, well, do it right, not as fast as I'm doing it right now. It's not that this is going to look like bad words, but yeah. And it doesn't matter if I go under on top of this because you can't see it. So as black as we can get. Same over here. And over here. You could also be painting in Blender to do this. And maybe if I don't like what this looks like, that will be the next video on how to do this in Blender. Right. Eye. We made an eye. Right here, as you can see. Eyes have like a little whiteness to them, but it's also reddish flake like. I want you to cover like this big. That's probably not a good thing. Or like, nah. Like so. I think that's fine. And now the middle part of the eye. Let's give him somewhat greenish eyes. Okay. Nope. That's way too bright. More like that. And of course, the middle part is a little black dot. Again, I'm not putting too much effort into this, as you can see. But yeah, so I'm going to save this, export this as, what shall we call it? Fence texture. And I forgot to do one little tiny thing. Next to that, it doesn't want to export, like most of my things go wrong. I want this to be on top, and I want it to be multiplying. So let's see what this says. Looks pretty nice, to be honest. Okay, so let's export this as, instead of a BMP, a PNG file. Export. Again, let's wait half an hour for it to give me the exporting screen. export. Okay, so I can close this. I get it right here, drag it in, and it's in the wrong map. It should be in here. Okay, so if we select this now, and we do the albedo, here's our character. I do like to do it with specular. And maybe the blue is still too bright. And his eyes are so creepy. This guy is creepy. He's very creepy. Very, very creepy. But yeah, he's going to stay like this. Like I said, the skin is going to change. Also, the light, it's not going to be the brightest of days. It's going to be more like... Come on, rotate. More like this. And in this case, the lighting is, well, the textures are good. I just forgot to do the hair. Let's give him some brownish hair real fast. There. So brownish hair. Again, export. And I forgot to put it on the right name. But yeah, it doesn't really matter. Let's delete this one. And drag this one in. There. I know he has no ears, but this is basically going to be our main character, the one that I did. And this is also the way that, well, if you do this right, not like the way that I'm doing it right now. If you do it right, so not the way that I'm doing it right now, this looks a lot cooler, a lot better than mine does. I also should do the lips, but I don't feel like doing those. Those eyes are still freaking me out. I could also give him eyebrows and stuff like that, but yeah, this is basically how you put normal maps to make this guy look a lot cooler, a lot better. You can still see the chest and stuff, you could see all the details that I put in. And that's exactly what I wanted. I could play with this, with the height map. Could lower the smoothness. I could reduce the occlusion. But I can't change the normal map. I can put it at 0.2. But yeah, that wouldn't do anything. 3 would be creepy, 2 would be creepy, 1 would be just the way we did it. So I'm going to put it at 0.9, so we do have a little bit of details everywhere. So yeah, as you can see, this is what I mean. It's not going to look perfect because I did it really fast. But yeah, it doesn't really matter in this case. So that's going to be my base character for... This is the guy who you guys will see in all the tutorials from now on. I'm going to delete this one. Come on, delete. Delete. Who are you? Then who are you? You can go away. Okay, so that was it for this tutorial. I hope it